Beautiful. Something is happening. Looks like it's working. Welcome. Hello. Thanks for being here to cover. Why is that happening? There we go. Awesome. 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 Okay, beautiful. Welcome. We got a lot to cover. Can you hear me and can you see me? Let me make sure I'm on the right mic. And there we go. It should be rock and rolling. I know there's about a 20-second to 30-second delay when I use the streaming software. So by the time when you put a comment, I don't get it for about half a minute to sometimes a minute. So anywho, let me know if you can hear me and see me, and I will check the comments in a second here. Josh, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful. Made some really cool updates to DeFi Buddy. Who's using DeFi Buddy? Let me know in the comments. We made some really cool updates here over the last 2 weeks. Really powerful updates, more integrations. We've been getting a lot of really positive feedback. Yes, beautiful, awesome. I'm guessing you can hear me, see me, or you are using DeFi Buddy. Either or. Let's make sure we make this conversational. I am back home from travel, so I will be going live more often, especially with market updates. I think it's a really exciting opportunity. I was talking to the team today, and I won't lie that it bothers me when I see people who are really excited at 100 110k Bitcoin. Everyone's excited, everyone wants to be an investor, everyone is gung-ho, and then when there's like a better buying opportunity, I'm not saying we've hit the bottom. In fact, I just created a tool I will be giving out for free, so we're going to share that tool that will help you zoom out and look at the 200 week and the kind of realized or unrealized or realized profit or loss. Where are Bitcoin holders at? Historically, that's been there's been those two are two great indicators when stacked upon each other. You kind of get an idea of, I can't say true value, but where we are in a cycle. I think that's a good way to put it. So I did put a tool together that grabs that data, and I will be sharing it with you guys after this live because it still needs some finishing touches, but I'm going to share it on the screen here. But what I will say is it's just like, we do understand, right, that the lower the price of said asset moves, the more asymmetry you're creating for yourself. Adjusted for risk and reward, you're getting a higher potential payoff. Right now is a better opportunity to invest than it was 4 months ago. Like that's just fact. And I don't know what the future price is going to do. I do think we still have some fluctuations, and I do believe that we may see a bit of a lower BTC, but long term, well, short term we can't predict that, and long term, right now is a better entry than it was 3 months ago. So for anyone who's excited 3 months ago and calling themselves an investor, you just have a better opportunity now. I'm very excited for who is excited for where this space will be in 5 or 10 years? Everyone's hand should be up. It's just psychologically and emotionally sometimes difficult to, yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes. It's hard to embody it, which is why I say, like, the game of business, the game of entrepreneurship, the game of investing, it's psychological, mental, spiritual. That's like 80% of it. The actual doing is ultimately not that difficult. I see a lot of brilliant people, and they have like a new idea every 2 weeks, 4 weeks. They're trying all these different businesses. They can't stick to one thing, and no wonder they're not seeing momentum. It's like we start something, it's exciting when we start it, and then it's not as exciting, and then it gets difficult, and then we quit, and then we restart that cycle over and over and over. Most people are kind of stuck in that loop. In most things they try, including this crypto thing, this DeFi thing, this Bitcoin thing, this project that you may be working on, whatever that may be. And it's like you hold not just your investments, but your vision and your project and your current goal and your current mission. You hold. And I think it's very difficult for the average person to hold, and we see that especially in 24/7 markets that are, instant liquidity and global. It's you see it in the candles on a daily basis. Now, I'm going to share my screen in a second here. Can you still hear me, see me? I keep getting some weird error from my mic, but hopefully it's okay. Good old StreamYard here. I did want to add one more thing before we looked at the charts. Right. It's so funny. There was, I see a lot of people. It makes for great YouTube content, so I get it. Hey, here's the market. Like here's a market, something. And they spend 20 minutes in the charts. They look at a few different assets and they're drawing all these lines and support and resistance, and they're looking at maybe the 200-day, which I'd say is like a short to midterm at best. Or they're even looking at shorter. So maybe they're swing traders, or they're trying to profit off like just short-term movement. Maybe they're looking at a couple of weeks, or they're day trading. And if you just line up 10 of the best or 10 of the most popular, and you have them all playing at once, they almost all, maybe there'll be some similarity with some of them, but for the most part, they all have a different perspective. What you miss is they're playing a very different game where they just want to win more than they lose, and every bet they make, there's more asymmetry, there's more upside than downside, there's more reward than there is risk. And if they can do that enough times with a framework that they built, then ultimately they win. But you cannot predict what the market will do next. I was literally watching something yesterday. I won't get into the details of how I ended up there because it's a long story and I won't bore you guys with that, but I just kind of opted out of the conversation because it was a dude who was, he was telling everyone how, anyway, he basically predicted what the market will do over the next week. And he's been doing that for quite a while. But if you go back and you watch what he said 2 weeks ago, it did not play out. He was calling 50K Bitcoin. He was literally having people sell their Bitcoin. He's very convincing. He sounds very smart. He is smart. But no one knows. I don't know. You don't know. Every other guy doesn't know. We can make some assumptions, and we can look at some trends, and we can get a feel for where the market is going, but anything can happen tomorrow. Anything. There could be a new news, a new world event, a new technology, a new disruption, a new tweet. Literally, we're at a tweet. Someone in office or someone influential can tweet something. You can't plan for that. No AI tools can plan for that. It's just not possible. So all I wanted to share, and maybe this isn't for everyone, and maybe this channel, and maybe I'm not for everyone, but I'm an investor, not a gambler, not a trader, not a swing trader. I'm not looking for short-term movement. I don't care what the market does next week. I don't care what the news of the day is. I don't spend my time in the charts, and I've done really freaking well. I would argue I've probably done better than most of the guys who are showing charts. I get it. It's good for views. I get that. I get it. It's good for giving people what they think they need. Making people feel certain of something in very uncertain, in completely uncertain, unpredictable. You guys know what I'm getting at? So, so I'm just not the dude who brings up charts. I like looking at history because every wick, every candle is a snapshot of what human beings, not all human beings, but what the market, we'll just say what the market, what the participants in the market, whether humans or bots or XYZ or algos, what the market did that hour, that minute, that day, that week, that month, that year, whatever you're looking at. But that's all it is. This moment, 12:10, the next minute is unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen. We can run some algos, we can run some we can back test some data and make predictions, but that's all it is. And those who win that game, which is very few by the way, They're just like, right, there's a 70% chance that this is going to play out. So this is how I'm going to allocate this. This is my stop loss. This is my trade. And they have, you know, it's a very rare individual who is successful in that. And I think there's not many who are long-term successful. The guys that you see who live the life or have built, maybe the wealth or the financial freedom that you desire, I don't know any who've who everyone I know and the way I've done is through investing. And that's not short term. We're thinking years, if not 4 or 5 years, if not decades. We're thinking entire cycles, multi-cycle. Not this week, not next month. And we get excited when the markets are in fear, when there's turmoil, because it's just stuff's on discount. I am more excited now about crypto than I was 6 months ago. And it bothers me that most people aren't, because they're just doing the exact same thing. Can I get some yeses to that? Like, you know what I'm getting at? My thing's been acting really weird here, but hopefully you can. Yeah, see, I don't see the comments pop up on my streaming software here, so I'll keep it up here. It's been doing something weird. Anywho, anyone having a weird issue with that? Because I was trying to comment and it just wouldn't go through. But anyway, okay, sweet. I did see that one. I'm more excited than I was 6 months ago, because now is the time to build and to accumulate and to, generate yields and build the bags. It's always that time, by the way. It's always that time. But it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, give me something that you love. What do people love here? I love cars and motorcycles. That's about it. But like, I don't know. Like what are people's hobbies here? What do we spend money on that maybe isn't necessarily a maybe an investment, financial investment, but it's an investment into ourselves. It's stuff we love. It's stuff we collect. Maybe you're a collector of some thing, some coins, some cards. I don't know. I don't know if freaking Pogs are around anymore. Is that a thing? That was a thing when I was a kid. Anyway, remember like the big. Does anyone know what I mean by Pogs? Like, you got was it called Pogs? You had like the big. You would stack them and then you would like hit them with those. That brings stuff back. And you had the little tubes and you would stack your. What are they called? Pogs? Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, it was like a thing when I was in school. Slammers. Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's what they were called. And some had like the. Yeah, I remember that. So dumb. Okay. Yeah, so crazy. Anywho, that brings me way back. Yeah, books, got it. Expensive, good books. Awesome. Love taking them on vacation together. It's just like, let's say you invest in a vacation for your family every year. I don't know exactly how you do this, but I don't know maybe you pay $4,000 or something, or $2,000 or $5,000, and it's all inclusive with flights and everything else. I don't know. And it's like, you're getting ready for it. You're excited for it. You're ready to invest in it. And then all of a sudden there is a deal and it's 40% off. You can get it for $2,200 because it was a last minute or someone sold or whatever that is. You would happily jump on that opportunity. You understand the value of that vacation. You understand what you're getting from it, and you know that you're getting it at a really, really awesome price. You'd be happy to pay market price. But now you get a family vacation or whatever, an expensive good book for $4,000, you get it for 2,500. You jump on that without thinking. If you're looking for a new iPhone and you know in 2 weeks that iPhone is going to not be, I don't know what iPhones are worth, but $1,500 and it's going to be worth $1,000, you'd be excited by that. I have so much conviction in the assets that I hold and in the portfolio that I'm building that a bump in the road does not bother me nor worry me at all. In fact, I can feel myself get excited because I know I can get stuff at discount. I'm not trying to trade this stuff short term. Most people don't win that game because now they're like, well, is Bitcoin going to go lower? Should I buy it? Should I wait? Let me look at the charts. Oh my God, maybe da da da. Then they're like, no, it's definitely going down. And then it shoots up by $8,000 like it did in the last little while. So they're like, oh my God, it's actually going to go up. And then they buy it. Then it goes back down to 61 and they freak out. They sell it. It's a very hands-on, difficult game to play. We want to get quality assets and we want to generate yield with those quality assets. I don't care if it's 3%, 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%. We want to generate yields with those quality assets we want to hold for long term. That has been the philosophy since day one. It's what I've done, and I've done very well doing it. I know it's not flashy, it's not fancy, it's not sexy, but it's, in my mind, the the easiest and the near guaranteed way to win. Also, I get personal peace from that because I can step away, do my thing. I'm an investor, even the way I build businesses. I'm an investor. I invest in people. A lot of people don't because, I mean, last year we had a situation where I need to address that at some point because it's come to my attention that someone from our team that was let go has just been spreading 50% of their story all over the internet because people have literally been reaching out to me saying, "Hey, I like met with this dude. They know me, and they said this thing." And I'm just like, okay, I can understand their point of view, and that's half the truth, but it's grossly exaggerated. They just keep like spreading a bunch of bullshit. I have a long list of things I could say. I just don't talk about this stuff publicly because I don't like to talk about people publicly. Anyways, but I do think I'm going to draft up like a public release kind of letter so at least people can hear my side or the full side of the story. They can get the full picture because again, um, it's kind of crazy, but that happens. And I think most people aren't willing to. It's like they want full control and they don't trust others. They don't want to build team around them because that means giving up control. And yes, there's a potential where they may take your leads or they may take your CRM or they might do something. This guy launched a business basically taking a bunch of our CRM and leads that we worked 5 years to get. But anywho, like that's going to happen. And like I'm okay with that trade-off. I'm fully okay with that trade-off because I'm an investor. It's the way I think about it. BTC is going to 245,000, Bishop says. Okay, I can almost guarantee it will at some point. Okay, I'm going to share one quick thing here. How do I share? Come on, come on, come on. There it is. Share screen, enter screen. Bam. Okay. 3, 2. Can you see that? It looks like you should be able to see that. Awesome. This is going to be available to everyone, by the way. I need to put a few final touches on it. It's almost there. Do let me know if you want it as you watch this. Okay, you should be able to see that. So, something I've been looking at a lot lately is the 200 week. I don't really look at the 200 day because, again, it's a fairly short time frame. I think it freaks people out and they're like, making their decisions based on don't mind what I'm looking at there. They're making their decisions based on a very short-term view of where the market's at. I really like the 200 week. It's kind of the way that I've always approached this. And then I do like the NUPL or just understanding where, well, just to simplify it, where Bitcoin holders are in terms of profit or loss. And there's a really cool thing that happens, and you see this happen all the freaking time, is we get close or we just jump under the 200 week and gives you an idea. I mean, just looking at this probably gives you a pretty good idea of what we're looking at here. But layer on top of it, the NUPL, the net unrealized, profit loss. And you can get a better idea, or it's just another, again, there's no one, again, I don't look at short-term tools. So I'm not looking at charts and making predictions on where Bitcoin's going to be next week. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody can. If you are ever on I need to drive this point home. If you are ever on a live stream or on a piece of content, or you're talking to someone and they are telling you where the price of things are going to be next week, just don't even take it in. It's going to mess with your mind. Just reverse engineer their intention for doing it. And I can almost guarantee you every single time it's for attention, it's for views, it's for traffic. If they are selling something on the back end of that, take that into account. I don't know what the price of BTC will be next week. I don't know what it'll be tomorrow. I don't know what it'll be in a month. But the further you zoom out, the easier it is to just start slowing down, zooming out, and saying, cool, making decisions on how you want to position yourself as an investor, not a trader right now. Okay. Or big influencers or people with big audiences have been caught doing that a lot. Bitcoin's much harder to do, but yes, for your smaller cap stuff or for different types of projects, yeah, that does happen quite a bit. I was actually blown away. I didn't know that happened. We started building CryptoLabs research with Colin 4.5 years ago. He's been here since day one, a freaking OG. Who here knows Colin? Has worked with Colin, got to experience freaking Colin in some way, shape, or form. He's going to be joining these lives. We're going to be doing these multiple times per week, by the way. He helped me freaking from the ground up build this thing, run this thing. He's an OG. He's wicked. Awesome dude. What was I getting at with that? Yes, when we got into this, I was just building. We were busy doing our thing. We were building during a bear market, so it was like no one cared what we were doing. But I saw a future in crypto, DeFi, this space. Want to build a business around it, blah 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 blah. And I was investing during the bear market, building in the bear market, done really well because of it. I think that opportunity is here again. I'm seeing all the same similarities of when we started CryptoLabs. It's like all the same similarities for us to go even harder. We're staffing. We just hired a COO, another CM, another marketing, a CSM, and looking for a head of AI right now. I'm all in. Every dollar that's made goes into the markets. I'm an investor. I see the same opportunities, and I hope you do too. I'm hoping to inspire you that not tell you what to do, but to inspire you that that may be the case. So we're building this. Let me know if you do want this. It's going to explain. It's good. It's obviously pulling the live. This is for BTC, by the way, but BTC will just treat it like the index. It's pulling it's pulling data off the blockchain, and then it's really just layering on two signals. This is something that I built for myself. I just thought that maybe more than just me would want to use this. Two signals, the 200-week moving average and the NUPL. Then I built an algorithm to help me remain calm in volatility and have an idea. Again, this is just a algo. It's an equation, and take it or leave it. But we got accumulation, we got a value window, we got neutral, we got caution, we got euphoria. When the price is near the 200-week moving average and the NUPL is in fear, you're in accumulation. Max asymmetry, deploy aggressively. The value window, mid-cycle price, NUPL still in fear, discounted entry, buy above the baseline. That's the DCA stuff. And that's kind of where we're finding ourselves right now. I'm using LPs to DCA in, by the way. Neutral, mid-cycle price, healthy sentiment, normal DCA, hold. We've got excitement ahead, still good. Caution, price extended, sentiment heating up. Start thinking about trimming up, and then we got euphoria. Price is far above the floor, and UPL is in euphoric, and there's data we're pulling for that. So it does pull data, but then you can override it down here just in case the data is off because it only pulls once a day. So you can see it loaded the price of BTC here, and you can see historically the 200-week moving average. You can also historically see the price of Bitcoin, and you can also have a look at where we are net unrealized PL. And some pieces of data. When you play with this tool, it's going to become really intuitive. I'm still fixing one thing, which is not pulling the right data for realized price. I do have to fix a API there, a call for it. But you can check the NUPL. We're in fear, 0.15. Distance to the 200-week moving average. And from that, it calculates all the data and gives us an idea of where we are within these 5 programmed markers, so to speak. And again, there's a scale within all of it. But what I'm hoping this tool does for investors, again, this isn't for everyone. I think a lot of people are traders, are calling themselves investors, or gamblers, or traders. They're going to see this, they're going to say cool, and they're not going to use it. But for the actual investors who are like, yeah, I want to set myself up, my family up, the people around me up for the future, and I want to position myself now for that future, this is just a tool, not the truth. We don't have a crystal ball. But in my mind, it's maybe we could almost call it like a touch grass, a grounding. It's like when the markets, again, YouTube is blowing my mind right now because the content that's doing really well is anything that's red, anything that's doom and gloom, anything that's triggers people emotion. That content does well. I refuse to play that game, even if we get less views, and like, so be it. I am very optimistic right now. Extremely optimistic. Not short term. I do think we could see in the 50s. I can't predict that, but very very excited for what the next 4 years brings. I know this is where the money is made. It is where I've made all my money, and I know this is where the money is made. And it honestly pisses me off that good people even are going to hear this. Can we do this in the chat? Just commit. Then I'll know I just did my job and like this live was worth it. I am committed to maximizing the opportunity in this cycle. I think a lot of people are still going to, and I'm not saying right now, but they're going to try and time their entry. And by the time that window passes, then the market is excited, then they get into it, then they dump all their money in there, and the asymmetric upside is way lower, if not non-existent. And then oftentimes the data shows people sell at a loss. And the money moves from the impatient to the patient over and over and over. You see this data. You can look on chain. And like every one of those represents a person who wants to better their life, yet they go against the logic and they let emotions override their decision making and they get punished for it. I'm hoping that the tool, let me know if you want it. I don't know. I know the chat has been really freaking weird. Normally, we've got a lot of awesome conversation happening. It's been a little quiet today, but if the chat does work for you, and again, I tried it. I tried putting like, I'll try to drop the link in here. But when I try and drop the link, it doesn't work. It's very weird. I don't know what's going on. Very strange. But if you do want to, do let me know. Or if the live call isn't allowing you to comment, because this has happened once before, it will be uploaded automatically on YouTube. You can always go back to the comments, or if you're watching this replay or whatever, just go into the comments and hit tool, put in tool, and I'll know what you mean. And then we'll go in tomorrow and send out links for the tool. I'll have it fully done by then. It needs a little tweaking because it's pulling some of the wrong data. I'll just make sure that it's pulling the accurate data because you're making decisions based on that. Then you can use that as a as just another tool, another look at like, right, I'm not crazy. And I say that because I think to do the opposite, I think there's one trait. I see a lot of people just like jumping on trends right now. I see this. I've been watching this for 12 years. Mm, I th- mm, I want to be. I think it's a very rare individual who can stick to something for a long period of time and not jump around and chase shiny objects. I think it's a very rare individual, and that rare individual wins. I saw in the last bear market when we were building, there was very few people talking about stuff. Bull market happens, everyone's talking about it. All of a sudden, everyone's creating channels, everyone's creating. We've had so many clients. We had 3 people from the team at the time basically kind of like copy CryptoLabs and launch their own, literally identical version, identical pricing. Someone else just recently did that. Identical pricing, identical model. Like, cool. I see it happen because everyone's excited. And then the excitement wears off. And now they're chasing AI or they're chasing the next thing. I am just as, if not more excited by all of this now. By the way, we're looking for partners and collabs. We want to bring up other channels because I think there's a lot of channels who are also suffering, especially if you're a smaller channel. So we want to collab. So we're going to be doing these lives, and every week, one of the lives, we're going to be bringing on collaborators. So we're actually able to collab, kind of not promote. We don't promote people. We don't promote projects. We don't promote coins. Probably the only thing I promote is the space as a whole, and Bitcoin. I'm a big fan of, but and then of course our own tools, DeFi Buddy, and some of the tools we're building. The book, if you haven't read the book yet, it's basically free. I think the e-version of it is like a couple bucks. 100% goes to charity, by the way. We did just get the slip back, and we got to support I think 40, over 40 families with it, which is awesome. Every dollar from the book goes to charity, which is pretty sweet. But anywho, what I'm getting at is, yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be, I think, most people are gonna be in fear. There won't be that much excitement in the markets. We could be heading a little lower, but by using the 200 week, the net unrealized profit loss, and the tool we built, maybe it'll give you some optics into the opportunity that's in front of us. I'm more excited than ever, building harder, hiring harder, moving faster. Um, and I know the seeds that are sown now will bear fruit in the next year or two. And you can do that too. I'm not bragging. I know it's gonna double or triple or quadruple my net worth. And you have the exact same opportunity. Exact. If you can mentally, emotionally, and spiritually overcome the doubt and the demons and the I grew up in a trailer park, by the way. So I have overcome my fair share of financial and money demons and gremlins and success gremlins. Um, many. It was a constant weekly work for me. It is to this day. I still have a therapist that I work through money and success stuff with. Freaking 13 years later. There's always another level, and I know that. Um, we literally just, we put an offer in, it's accepted. Subjects have to be closed by March 7th, I think. All the due diligence and everything has to be done. We bought a commercial unit, and I'm building the CryptoLabs and the UIG kind of headquarters there. And then we're going to host some events and have a monthly, these aren't going to be paid, by the way, monthly get togethers. And it'll be kind of like an open door, like entrepreneurs, investors, crypto creators, etc. And then we do monetize the space in certain ways where for creators, content, etc. But also cool car collection. That'll be $1.5 million of cars on the showroom. It'll be super, super cool. Like a really cool place to just hang out. My office is also going to be there. And like making that leap for me, especially during these times and these bear markets. And, you know, obviously business is affected by it. And all this stuff is affected by it to still move forward despite the fear and the doubt because you are so connected to the vision, the North Star, and you're thinking 5 years, 10 years out. I had to get help with that. I was all messed up in my head and I started doubting myself. And I'm like, well, should I not? Like, what if? And it's like, he or she who can just stay committed to the vision and jump on the opportunity. Right now, real estate here is extremely distressed as well. So we got a wicked deal on it when you break it down per square foot. But like, I think it's a bit of a longer term investment as well. But it's not easy. And I think it's why so few, I think, see the success they deserve. And it's in our grasp. And then people are so. Is it okay if I go on a little tangent here? I know we're 3 minutes over. I want to keep these 30 minutes long. By the way, who here is in the UIG? We do have a second round that goes much deeper in the UIG. The whole team is there, and we're breaking down a lot of the markets and talking about what we see. I know Gordon is there from Fast Track. He's going to be breaking down what's working with clients, what's not. So if you're in the UIG, make sure that you join our live stream at 1 o'clock p.m. PST. That's our weekly DeFi roundtable. Every single week, Wednesday. Be there. It is worth the UIG in its entirety. That one call, just be there on a weekly basis. It'll keep you plugged in. Stay the course. And I think so few people do. And then they blame the powers that be, the economy, the governments, the president, prime ministers, whomever. And sure, there's things that are way over our control that we wish that could be better. But I genuinely believe that success is easier than ever because most people are so I'm thinking like wavy, shaky. They're not planted. They're swayed so easily. Their stick rate to a commitment is so low and short term that if you can come in with conviction, commitment, and you can hold that line, hold that standard for yourself. For we just launched it. Not just, I just built it. We in the UIG we have monthly challenges and master classes now launching. The first one is literally a 90-day the program, where you literally stick to one or two actions that you know move you closer to your vision, to your goals. And we define your vision, define your goals. We remove all the crap that's holding you back, the people, the relationships, the habits. And then you have one or two things that you know if you do every single day for 90 days, success is guaranteed. That shit changes my life. I do 90-day sprints in my life. I'm hoping it's okay if I go on a tangent and get outside of crypto DeFi a bit, because um, crypto DeFi is only as powerful as the one who clicks the button. Mindset is everything, and your approach to it, and it goes beyond mindset, because it's a holistic, it's ingrained in our nervous system. Our body remembers, and so oftentimes we're working on our mindset, but there's like, it goes much deeper than that. But anywho, the point is, um I don't even know what I was getting at, but people are so quick to let doubt and fear take over. And it is reps you put in. Every time you have fear, every time you have doubt, you just like getting this commercial for me, honestly, was like it was a spiritual move, because I was full of fear, full of doubt. What if this? What if that? And it's like, dude, prove to whomever you freaking speak to, when you know what I'm talking about, when it gets hard, or when it gets difficult, or when you need that guidance, however you speak to, whatever names you have for it, I knew that I need to, this is a moment where I get to prove if I actually mean what I say. Yep, sign the papers, let's make it happen, and let's close that timeline, and let's just freaking do it. Boom, feel alive. It's like you say you want something, and then it goes well for a couple days, couple weeks, and then the challenge, the obstacle comes, and most people won't face it, but it's a rep. I know everyone in here does. You wouldn't be here. You probably relate to this and resonate with this content, because this is the stuff we talk about a lot. Um, there's a creator builders entrepreneurs group starting in the UIG here in the next month. We also have an AI group launching in the next 2 months, and that AI group is all tools, not only the tools we're building, and it's going to be led by an AI. We have a leader for AI, so basically an AI. We'll call her an expert who can help build this stuff out, but also helping people build out their personal dashboards, personal assistants, all that fun stuff. I believe that everyone should have their kind of mindset mentor, and will be helping people build out their own personal mindset mentors. But it's someone who can come in, who knows you. We're talking a AI assistant, of course, who's trained up on your patterns, your habits, your weaknesses, and can literally guide you through. But to me, um, there's no substitute for putting the rep in and doing the hard thing. Is this helping anyone? Does this resonate with anyone? I'm going to try to type in the chat again, but I don't know why it's not freaking working. Nope. Tells me that the comment is YouTube is marking it down as a spam comment for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I'll end it there. Thanks for being here, by the way, and thanks for all the the chat. Yes, I want, it seems like the figure greed chart similar. In a way, it dives into much more data. Are you planning on adding these tools inside DeFi Buddy? Potentially. I think we're going to have a link that links out to a tools page. And in that tools page, there's going to be all the tools that we're building. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we got the AI group coming in April. We've been slowly building that out, and getting it all. And it's not like a free-for-all AI group. Because again, I think a lot of people right now are jumping on that bandwagon, but they're building slop. They're building crap. We had someone last year who just kept building us AI stuff, and I was like, this is crap. Like, this sucks. Like, it's bad. So we took our time with it. It's been kind of in the works for a while, and we want to build out practical tools, helping people build out their own assistants, their own investor assistants, like practical. This actually moves my life forward. It's not just more information. I do not believe we need more information. We need more access to information. We need more things telling us what we need to know and giving us all the wisdom and all the advice. We're drowning in it. We need tools. We need the systems built out and the automations built out that remove all of that actually move us forward, that actually move us closer. So, and everyone is so different that there's no one fits all. So we literally are launching that group for that. It's a bit of a think tank. We will have a head of AI at the company. I am currently working on that, and I think we've got a pretty solid dude for that and a plan for that. We're just working out some of the specifics, and then getting into ensuring that um and it's not just like AI, like education and AI slop. And this is what drives me crazy. There's so many things launching right now that's clearly built by AI. Anyone in here can literally build a course in 10 minutes with AI, and it sucks. It is not very good. There's no there's something to be said about that practical in the trenches wisdom that you know you want to convey through it. So I have some rules within the company on like what can be built with AI and what can't. Sure, AI can do 80% of it, but there is a human touch. We're hiring another client success person. It is going against what most people are doing right now, which is, oh, I'll just build an AI assistant and it'll communicate with people for me. Like, sure, there's we're gonna do the same when it's information. It's like, hey, I need this information. Yep, it pulls it from here, pulls it from there. But it's like the actual human to human support. No, it's a human. The human may have access to tools to make their life and job a lot easier, but I want a human. People are now generating like this AI content, and it's most of it is super freaking sucky. It misses it's going to be interesting. The future is interesting. So we want to build a group that's grounded in reality and it's practical and it's actually and it's all included, by the way. So it's all going to be one. So the UIG is turning into this really cool hub for investing, crypto DeFi. To me is digital assets, digital business, the creator economy. I'm a huge fan of that. Everyone here on this call can literally make extra money on the side, no matter what it is you do through the creator economy. Been in that for 10 years. I love it. And then the AI world, but actually practical, like practical, not just, oh, there's a new tool every week. There's another group that I was a part of, and they did AI, and it was like they were just bombarding their members with new tools. It was super overwhelming. Anywho, that's that. So you can expect that if you're in the UIG, you can expect a lot of that coming here over the next 2 months. And if you're on YouTube, do expect some content. We do have potentially a new YouTube channel launching just specifically for some of the other topics we want to talk about and do some thought leadership on, so to speak. And ultimately, we want to help you all be able to build your own tools, your own assistants, your own dashboards that suit you in your specific investing style, business style, lifestyle, etc. You. Yep, 100%. That's basically what it is, Josh. That's coming April. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting. DeFi Buddy is growing. We're over 6,000 users right now. We've bringing on 3 more people to the team. We had to do some changes last year just due to team misalignment and a lot of internal issues. We had 1 or 2 guys causing us for us, and that team is rebuilt. The team is freaking awesome. Next level. And onwards we go. Appreciate y'all for being here. And if you are watching the replay, let me know if you do want the tool. It's free. We'll send you the link. No email, no sign up, none of that jazz. We will just send you the URL tomorrow when it launches. And with that said, if you're in the UIG, I'll see you back in about 15 minutes. Jump into the UIG and don't miss those Wednesday roundtables, please. They are extremely valuable. Gordon has some really good stuff planned today, and Colin has some good stuff planned. And I've got kind of a part B/deeper into the concepts we've been talking about today. So appreciate y'all for being here. If you like this video, give it a like. It goes a long way right now. YouTube is not pushing crypto DeFi content at all. So if it's not too much to ask, like this video and share it. If you think this content's valuable, don't do it if you don't, although I'm guessing you wouldn't be here. But if it is valuable, and if you got social or Twitter, or you're in a group, or you can just support in any way, shape, or form, do share this content, or share it even with a buddy or someone who's like, yo, go check this out, or go check this channel out, or go check this video out. It goes a really long way. That's all we ask in return for our YouTube content. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you for being here. And we will, Josh, we will talk soon. Thanks for being here. See you soon.